Okay, so now we're going to take that park and pay exercise and we're going to use it for polite leash walking. So one of the first and most important parts of polite leash walking is deciding which side your dog's going to walk on. My dogs traditionally walk on the left. You can totally have your dog walk on the right. It just means you have to reverse everything that I'm about to teach you. And this is part of your makeup for week 2. Okay, so if Marco's going to be on my left, this is going to feel totally backward, I'm warning you now. I'm going to have my clicker in my right hand. I'm going to loop the handle of his leash over my right hand, and I'm going to loop his leash over just a finger or two. Because the leash isn't there to direct his body. The leash is there really just to keep him safe. I'm going to start, oops, there you go, I dropped it. Can you get it? With just the park and pay exercise, and slowly asking Marco to do that next to me, which might be news to your dog. You can see there's a smile in the leash, there's some definite slack, and it might take you a little while to get to this point. If your dog is constantly trying to swing out, just scoot up next to a piece of furniture or a wall to get them to hang out next to you. Now I'm going to use this park and pay exercise just like a dot to dot to get the dog to stay with me as we're teaching polite leash walking. So I'm going to walk a bit and wait, and when Marco makes eye contact, then I'm going to click and reward. And this little bit of hopping doesn't bother me, we'll fix it over time. And in the beginning, you might only be able to take a step before you have to pay your dog as they're learning this new skill. And you can see, you can teach this in a pretty small area. The hardest part is you might get a little bit dizzy. But that's it. It's just like a dot to dot, and what you're going to do is slowly over time increase the number of steps you can take in between reinforcement. So eventually it should look like this. What a good puppy. He's afraid of the cabinet. Come on. He's silly dog. Good job. What a good boy. He's afraid of the cabinet, and so he sometimes shies away from that. So that's what that weirdness is about the corner, is he's like, oh, it's a new cabinet. It's very scary. You can also practice this off leash. So you can take the leash off at home. Obviously, we're not going to do this in class. And you can do the same thing with having your dog find that spot that makes that click happen right next to you. And you can see he's actually doing a little bit better without the leash, mostly because we practice a lot without a leash, because we have a fenced yard, so we can do that. So that's how the beginning of using park and pay to get polite leash walking. Next, we're going to talk about coming when called.